So to wrap things up, Jose's been kicking ass. We slowed him down. You never ever want to slow down your contractor, especially if he wants to work and do a good job. In a few weeks, you can expect this guy to have this house wrapped up, right? Wow. You want to make a bet?
No.
Troy Kearns bringing it to you from Houston in my Acura something or other. We rented it, not too impressed by it, off Turo. I feel every bump on these bumpy roads, but it looked really cool. So we are headed to our first flip, but the second flip of the day. This is the first original flip. Check out the video. You'll really like. You can see what originally we were dealing with and what we told our contractor to do, and he ended up doing exactly the opposite. So that's really frustrating. We had good cabinets, both sides, all the cabinets were good. He actually went up and destroyed them because he was gonna try to sell us cabinets. We are headed to that flip. Joel's been working on it, him and another guy, for the last 2 months to finish it. It's supposed to be 100% done today. I guarantee that's not the case. So we're gonna go there and see what we need to finish up. I'm gonna basically be doing a whole walkthrough on the property to see like what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done, and how we can really finish it up. One thing that you're gonna notice with flips is if you make a wrong move on your flip, it can end up costing you thousands of dollars. Usually that's with the contractor. Sometimes it's hard to have those tough conversations with people. We actually ended up trying to get extorted by the guy for like $10,000 more. He's like, hey, I need $10,000 more. And I was like, yo, your bid, if you don't remember, was filmed where we said all materials and labor for $35,000, and you're at $38,000 right now, and you're asking me for another $10,000. So at that point in time, we just said enough's enough and we moved on. We're pulling up on it right now. We're gonna be way over budget. I think the last time I looked at it, we're like at $57,000 off original bid that was supposed to be $35,000. So are we gonna make any money? Probably not as much as we anticipated, but hopefully we'll make still a reasonable amount of profit. And look at our house. Oh man, it looks good. And the roof is still not clean.
The destination is on your right.
He's waiting on that apparently. We got a new fence in there. We got our landscaping done. Let's go walk up and check it out. I'm gonna let Joel break down what's been transpiring. This was a 6-week flip, cosmetic fixer-upper. We bought it in October, right? Is that about right?
Yep, we started in October. October 1st was when they started.
Projected to be done no later than the end of the year.
Yes, so he projected maybe 2 months at the most, and we're now in February.
End of February.
End of February.
Yeah. You didn't get your Valentine's Day gift. We're already past that.
I actually had to work on Valentine's Day. Well, my wife was pretty mad about that.
Was she?
Yeah, so I've been gone. I've been working 7 days. Monday through Friday, I work in my regular job, and then after work and Saturday and Sunday, I've been coming here. And all because of bad management on my part. First time with the contractor too. When he had the first mishap was taking out the cabinets, that's when we should have asked him. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. You told me to be watchful of him, and he basically wanted to sell us cabinets since he does cabinets. Troy's done hundreds of flips, and he said, you know, I put my hands on those cabinets. I know for sure those cabinets were salvageable. You know,
they
it was
in actually mint condition.
Yeah.
He basically cost us about $4,000 on that. Then he ripped off the
vanities.
The restroom vanities. Cost us more money on that. So he just ripped out everything, ripped us off, and then he tried to put the screws to both you and me.
So he basically wanted more money to do the jobs. And when the original agreement was, if we didn't like the material he had picked out, we would pay the difference in pricing and put that difference back into the budget. When it came to the windows, we replaced the windows, and it was $4,000 for the windows, and then that was included in our budget, but he kept arguing that it wasn't in our budget, and he basically wanted $15,000 more to finish the house. And he was nowhere near being ready to be finished with the house. When it comes to the cabinets in the kitchen and the vanities being ripped out, he also ripped out a lot of electrical. And I told him, don't touch the electrical because I need to see what is powering what switches go to what. And so when I came in to do the electrical, he had already messed it all up, and so it took me longer to troubleshoot all the wiring in there. And then when I noticed there was boxes missing and I couldn't find power to what the switches were controlling, I started making holes, and I found boxes inside the walls that were already sheetrocked and painted and everything. So I was just, oh my God, he basically
made it harder. He tore apart a perfectly good cosmetic fixer-upper and made it worse. And so now we had to rebuild it, and it's not adding any value. It's actually just costing more money. And so let's go see. It looks good now. Or the roof, do we got that ordered to be cleaned?
Yes, we do. He's supposed to come Tuesday, Wednesday to come clean that up. We basically tore out all the boxwood that was in front of here. added new ferns and flower beds right here. Now, when we paid for the windows, when we paid for Tim get them done, everything wasn't completed. Right here, he needed a frame out for that. And that's a whole other situation. So he did leave with the doors and the paint. That was the first contractor, and he didn't.
Tell me how that went. So he went out there, took his paint, and after we fired him, he took his paint and his doors.
Yes. So we paid for the
paint and our doors.
So we paid for the doors to get done, and he installed some doors. There were some doors that were missing, and he said he was waiting for them to get shipped to the warehouse. And so right before we let him go, I asked him about the doors. He goes, oh no, I just need to go pick them up. When we let him go, I asked for the doors, and he says, no, I'm keeping them. I'm gonna sell them and keep the money. And so I relayed the message to Troy, and Troy's like, you know what, don't worry about it. But then when he found out that the vanities were ripped out and then when they were supposed to be saved, he's like, you know what, I want those doors. Call him up, tell him I'm gonna file charges and file a lawsuit. When I called the contractor, he was like, I'll bring the doors.
Well, then what else we did? Then I started kind of putting the screws to him a little bit more. And basically I said, he needs to come back out here and do whatever you say to do. If he doesn't, he's gonna get a contractor complaint filed and a criminal charges filed, because what he did is rip the house and steal our money. And that's what we're allowed to do. And if he doesn't want us to do that, he can come over, hang his head down here and put his ass to work. And if not, then we'll just do what we're gonna do.
So he came out, he boxed these in, framed them out on all the windows that were left to be framed out. They came also and redid the fence, and
Let's go inside and see where we're at so far. We'll talk about that. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Nice to meet you in person, man.
Nice to meet you.
So Jonathan's been the guy we found off of, was it Craigslist?
Yeah.
Craigslist. When in doubt, we go to Craigslist. You found us out. You've been finishing out this whole house. How was it when you first saw it?
It actually didn't look that bad in the beginning until like you actually start like getting to the details and seeing like the order of things were done. There's like always an order that we try to keep so
right.
do things right the first time.
Right.
And so in this job there was a lot of correcting stuff.
A lot of stuff that was done wrong. So this looks great in here. Let's start here. The fireplace looks good. Woo! This is looking good though now.
so he actually made this last night.
That looks dope. Are you gonna stain that for us?
I actually got a video of me sitting on it.
You wanna see if I can sit on it?
No. No, but it's actually got a steel bar in it, so.
This is a professional. You built this?
Yeah.
Yes.
All by hand.
This is a professional job.
I mean, normally we use hardwoods, but you know, we're on a budget, so we use maple plywood.
This looks nice. It looks perfect. What was the issue we had with the cabinets that we were looking at? Was it this one right here? So we're gonna put just a door on it now.
Yes.
And then we're gonna return that piece of cabinet, right?
Yes. Since this was my first flip, I had no idea. When you put cabinets in, you're supposed to give spacing in between the cabinets to allow the drawers to pull out with the handles already installed on them. And when we had these drawers in there, once we put the handles on,
It wasn't your fault. It was your contractor that we
Correct.
hired that ripped out perfectly good cabinets and then put in the cabinets
correct.
incorrectly.
Yeah. So the cabinets only pulled out this much, and I know new buyers, they're gonna notice that right away. They're gonna like, no, I don't like that. And the kitchen is the main thing.
All right, so this looks good. Let's talk about the granite too. That was another situation.
We found a guy, well, Troy actually found him. I don't know where you found him at, but you sent me his info. He came out, measured, and he was hassling, hey, when's the job? When's the job? Y'all keep playing me. If y'all can't pay for the material, how you're gonna expect for y'all to pay me? We went ahead and paid for the material. He picked it up. And I texted him that day that he picked up the material. Hey, did you pick up the material? No response. So I waited a couple of days and I kept trying to call him and nothing. And then I think like on the fourth day of trying to call him, his phone no longer received messages. So I called the location where we bought the material from and asked if they can get a hold of them. And basically they said that he went out of town and so there was no way to contact him. Luckily, Troy pays with everything with the car, so we were able to dispute that transaction. And we found another guy, he came in and...
Well, the reason, and this is one of the things I told Joel, I was like, hey, he's like, we could pay him cash and it's gonna be $400 less for paying with the card. I said, pay him with the card.
Pay him with the card. And luckily, Troy did that because we would have been out $2,400 just for the material.
So we paid him with the card, we disputed that charge because we never got our material, brought the next guy in here, same price. You had to remind me because I was still in that beatdown mode of trying to grind him down. You're like, it's the same price we paid or something like that. I was like, oh, okay. We're good, go with that. So this guy did a really great job. You can tell he knows what he's doing. We've got excellent seams right here.
Especially the waterfall, if you notice the lines, they match up with the waterfall.
That is a strong selling point. That's gonna help you sell this house. Just to let you guys know, this is, how much was this? I think it was $399.
$399.
$399. There's a $399 backsplash. It looks like really, really good. This is about one of the cheaper pieces of granite that you can buy. It looks really good. This is an actually expensive tile right here. We have the vanity here, we're just missing it.
We didn't install it because he still needs to put baseboards because he was
So this
waiting.
is the one I shot
Yes,
from Home
that
Depot.
was the one.
You like this?
And I had to wait an hour and a half there at Home Depot because they only had 3 and they were on the top shelf and Home Depot was very busy.
This looks really good in here. This is a nice bathroom / powder room / washer and dryer room. So he's gonna tile out here. So the other thing they ripped down that didn't need to happen is they ripped down the freaking screens.
The metal framing, the
All
aluminum
we
framing.
told him to do was rescreen them, and he took the whole thing down.
So we're not doing that no more.
Well, we're gonna
Yes.
rescreen them. Jonathan's putting them back up, and we're gonna rescreen them, and we're gonna finish the house out the way it should have been, and we're just gonna put that on top of the price.
That contractor did replace this patio because before, I don't know if not remember, it was green, and when it would rain, right here in the corner, it was like a waterfall. Just right here. No.
So what I talked to Jonathan about doing was just taking the same tile that we have in there, because it's inexpensive, and we don't have, how many square feet do we have here?
267.
Ish?
Yeah, 267.
Okay, so 300 square foot, you're gonna make it look all matched there. We'll put these things back up. I don't even know if we need a door or anything here. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters at all to put a door. Just put the screens up here, leave this part open. You've got this fenced in. They redid this. So this is one thing Joel put the muscles to him, which let's talk about that. Basically, what, like we said earlier in the video, is we told him, I'm gonna come find you. I know you think you're safe, whatever. We're gonna file a complaint with you. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And then all of a sudden he starts texting Joel.
Yeah, he started texting me. He didn't want to talk to Troy at all. And so everything was gone through me. And I told him, basically, man, you need to come and help us finish this job because now he's going to file charges. We paid you a lot of money and you weren't even nowhere near done for what we paid you for. So before here, there was a 4-foot fence from the garage all the way to that. They ripped that out, which was fine because it was gone. There was no way of saving it. So he came in, I bought the material and I brought it, and there was a guy, he knocked it out in 2 days. And they did the roof on the new patio that we did.
They did do that. He was originally telling Joel he was gonna move this brick stuff. That's where I started going like, you know what I mean? He was like, I'm gonna move this. And I'm like,
this wall right here, he was gonna move it over here. And I was like, well, if it's included in your budget.
it doesn't make any sense. That nobody ever moves that stuff. Like, why would you ever knock down a perfectly good brick to move it over there? That's what I was like, this guy's not making any sense now. Hey, thank you for staying tuned all the way to the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed and I hope you're actually learning something. If you are, make sure you stay tuned because we got plenty of more videos so you can enjoy and learn from what we're doing. I'm learning, we're all learning, so make sure you stay tuned for the next video. Peace.